Hello there, Wing Commander Novabug here with your report for the Tubers High Score Challenge High Score Recap. It's been very intense helicopter fighting action over the last 2 weeks, serious conflicts here and there with some amazing suicide missions into the den of the Cabal. Cabal? I meant Caban. I apologise for getting my enemies mixed up, there's many of them around nowadays. Anyway, we're going to list through the roll of honour of helicopter pilots who wish to be the next Airwolf cast member. 14 entries went for the mission this time on my orders, which was fantastic. It was good to hear this kind of thing happening. 14 members, yes, well done chaps indeed. And we first enter the suicide with Atari Fitness with 24,070 points. Unlucky chap, I'm afraid you had some 40 fuel tanks in that one. Then we came in 13th place, unlucky for some, it certainly was unlucky for Metropolis with 70,770. If I get any of my scores wrong, by the way, it means I wasn't paying attention, so I do apologise in advance. 12th was Mr. Consistent, consistently down the bottom of the table, indeed he is, so he lives up to his name with 102,200. In the next position, I've forgotten which number it was. It is 11th, that's right, is the Synergy 1987 with 106,260. Good job, sir. Fresh from the fighting fields of Ireland there. In the next position is Resident Gamer Alpha. A very entertaining score with 113,590. Good attack plan, poorly executed in middle. The next man, with a very, very pilot sounding name, he's certainly fluing like a hawk, is Retro Hawk, with 125,040. Excellent score. Coming in from down under, with his take on this battle, you know, normally the Australians are very good at fighting, normally on the rugby field or the cricket pitch. In this case it was in the air with helicopters, and it weren't bad at all with Electric Adventures, with 181,510. Across we go to the United States, and they're famous for their army, aren't they? And Kit 171 putting a very fine performance indeed, you know, supporting us Brits and the token Australian with 195,910. Recently name changed Steve number, who now goes by the code name Retro Red Steve, so I'm going to call him Red Retro Steve, just because when he initially announced it, he put his name backwards, and I thought that was quite funny. He got a very impressive score, into the 200,000s here, by the way, with 236,670. An excellent score there from the Welsh. You know, pretty good, as much as the Welsh go. Going into the top 5 now, still in the 200s, we have Dav Priest. A very impressive 286,900, very, very good. And then now we jump headlong into the 300,000 mark. And a very, very impressive score, and late going, always running the final mission, is Amiga Old School. We're very, very good, 349,590. Late performance, but a very welcome one. Took in a few bad guys right on the last knock-ins there. And now we're moving to the top 3. Now, as I chose this mission myself, I expected me to, you know, prevail and be top. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case. Again, I was outdone by the same son of a gun who outdid me on the spacefaring battles last time around with R-Type Leo, and therefore I have been beaten into 3rd place this time. Myself, Novabug, with 395,120. Yes, I was very happy with that score. But I wasn't happy, it wasn't happy enough. It just wasn't happy enough. Not when Acidonia 150 came in its very, very good 2nd place with a 416,580. As impressive as that score was to beat me, the number 1 spot is basically untouchable, and no one could have slaughtered more enemy if I could have even dreamed of. Streets ahead of all of us and putting us all to shame. I think if you combine it's almost, if you combine my score with Macedonia's, you almost get this score by Mac RGF with an absolutely amazing and outstanding 723,070. So, my invisible hat off to you, Mac, for a fantastic performance. Plenty of dead evil pixel sprites there at the hands of Twin Cobra. So on that note, I will bid you a fond farewell and watch the skies.